intro, I didn't tell anyone about who's here because I want the truth to stay behind. We have a treat. I want to introduce some cast members. So come on up, guys and girls. Kai Lennox, Imogen Poots, Alia Shawkat, Anton Yelchin, and of course, Sir Patrick Stewart.
So Murder Party to Blue Ruin, the turnaround time from Blue Ruin to Green Room was really quick. Can you talk about where did the story come from? Does it refer to your personal history? You know, we've talked about this stuff.
Murder Party and Blue Ruin got together, had a bastard child. That's Green Room. No, it was after Blue Ruin 2 years ago. Did lots of fancy festivals and had great opportunities. And instead of like look up at the studios and all those offers that were coming in that would probably trounce my career and churn me out, bloody pulp, I look back to my cinematic upbringing and just, you know, what I loved punk rock in the early 90s, and cranked out a movie as fast as I humanly could because I was terrified that my career would be over before I knew it. Murder Party with Blue Ruin was 6 years. 6 years, and if I let that happen again, I'd have to work my way up from the gutter. So I was like, I'm just going to do the gutter myself and make this party punk rock thriller. And I never thought I would end up with this level of that.
Well, how did that all come about? How did you get Sir Patrick?
It was crazy. I think he has to answer that because what was I going to say? No? How did I get you?
You got me by sending me the script, and I think I've told this anecdote thousands of times in the past few days, but I settled down to read it one night in my house in England, which is a little remote. There are no other houses around, so it's slightly isolating. And I got to about page 35 of Green Room, and I closed the script, and then I went all around my house making sure all the doors were closed. And I actually put on the security lights all the perimeter because I was shit scared. And then I finished it, and the next night, same time, same place, I watched Blue Ruin, and exactly the same thing happened. And so I knew, first off, this was a wonderful screenplay by a wonderful screenwriter. And then the next night, I knew that this was a wonderful filmmaker, so it was a no-brainer.
And I will say, with exception of Patrick, what made him such a success on screen is that he did not bring star power to our set. He brought craft, and I was shocked that there was no like huge ripple effects and stuff like that. So also, this cast, you know, everyone here read for me because I was terrified. Any role you cast in a movie, you put your full faith and trust in strangers, and it's the dedication of everybody and their straight up skills that got them on my set. Not that, you know, I was some kind of like amazing gatekeeper. I just was too terrified to put everything on their shoulders, and so I did, and I'm very grateful.
I mean, this kind of like, you were transformed as well. I mean, you've also got the best final line of the film.
This is true.
So what attracted you to this?
Well, it was very, I mean, I loved Blue Ruin. Just the idea of being able to work with Jeremy was fantastic. And reading the screenplay too, I just saw the way that he used music with this type of subject matter and how cool it was all in one space. And it was just a very kind of exotic script to read, and the role itself and everything really to do with it is just very good. But it's also one of the screenplays when you read it on the page, there's so many things happening all at once. You know, so there's also a side of it like, wow, what's this film going to be like? Because there's just a lot of moving parts.
And then the thing that I like about the film is that when it's initially set up, we think we know who's going to survive and who's not going to survive. And then that just spins. Can you guys talk about how you kind of went into that challenge?
Life is a challenge. Let's start there. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the...
How do you, I mean, you know you're going to be mauled by a dog soon.
Right.
How do you go forth with that?
You settle into it, you gain that kind of acceptance. You think about it, you forget about it, you think about it again. I was excited to actually make Phil play a dog in the film. I was like, how's that going to work? And we met the dog, and great dog. And you know, they're trained, they're professionals, and they were like very sweet dogs, but I remember they were like, don't like pet them or like treat them like you do a normal dog. And I was like, how do I treat it? I don't understand, it's about to kill me. They're like, we're just gonna put some like sausage flavored gel on your neck. Just let it come up, lick it, get comfortable with the space. I was like, I'm not comfortable with any of this. But it ended up working. I mean, it looked so brutal and amazing. But yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of the story, is that you kind of, it is very much based in like the reality of this crazy thing, and you know, crazy shit happens in the world, and you're kind of just like, I guess that's how it would play out. Like, it's very grounded in it, and yeah, all the people, all of our characters are kind of going along with it. We're just figuring it out as we go. There's no superhero, like, now I know what to do in this situation, you know? Maybe on the inside I think my character is saying that, but she's just an act out.
And if you'd like to see her in more crazy shit, we have the final girls on the last night of Midnight Madness, which she's in. So she's like kind of bookending Midnight Madness. You're our genius here.
My agent's very proud of me. Talk about my agent.
Well, Alia's agent, she's so proud of her. We were on the phone the other day just talking about how wonderful Alia was, and is, and will always be, and saying she's so proud. Thank you.
So how did you prepare for the role? I mean, you kind of like, as soon as you get attacked, the way that the rules of these movies play out, it's like, okay, we got gravitated to him, we like him, all right, he's gonna die, but it kind of switches. How did you prepare yourself for that role? And also, are you like punk rock?
Yes, I do. Well, basically, Jeremy, I think one of the first things he said to me was, Pat's basically the guy that can die and it'd be fine and we just keep playing shows.
He's the bassist.
He's the bassist, yeah. Which is so true. And that's kind of the bitter, fucked irony of life, is that he survives, you know, and that, but at the same time, he's also the observer, you know, and so he's the kind of human being that is quietly observing his friends, because that's the most important thing in his life, you know. So he's appreciating and observing them all the time, and then when these horrible things start to happen, he starts to try to figure it out, and that's the idea, and that's kind of mapping that whole world out was really, really moving to me. And then the flip side, you know, this idea that this isn't flipping back onto the other side. Let me finish my thought. I'm flipping back and forth for a few seconds, but now I'm back on this side. Just that, you know, this journey that he has to go on in losing his friends is the most heartbreaking thing, because that's who he loved the most in his family. So that, mapping that out. And then the flip side is just listening to hardcore again and just loving it, every second of it, and listening to weird Japanese punk bands and stuff, and just listening to stuff that I like, and loving and appreciating every second of that, and getting to be with people and playing music as part of a movie. It's just like the most beautiful thing to know that you're in the hands of someone you trust and admire, and you get to play music and listen to punk music. It's incredible.
And also, this is not your typical cast for like an action thriller. So I think it was fun for everybody to, like Blue Ruin, you miscast the leads. You put them in a very traditional cinematic space and watch them flail. It's kind of much fun. It's so fun.
All right, we've got time for a couple of quick questions, but I am going to say this is a Q&A session, not a hug therapy session. Questions only, all right? And also no comments, just questions. All right, it's dark out here, so I can't see anything. Who's got a question? Raise your hand high and yell it out. Yes, in the back row there.
Sir Patrick Stewart, what is your desert island band?
Well, I was not into bands. I was not into music. I don't understand music. It played no part in my life, really, except I've now married a musician. Everything's turning around. No, you're looking at the man who, in a conversation with Sting when we were filming Dune in 1985 in Mexico City. I'd sensed there was this excitement. This guy was coming to sing, and I didn't understand why they were so excited. And so one day we're sitting in our chairs on the set, and I said, "So you're a musician?" You know? He said, "Yeah." And I said, "So what do you play?" And he said, "Bass." And I said, "You know, I've never understood why you guys choose to play that huge instrument." Sting himself tells the story, so that all led to this. And he said, "No, I play bass guitar." And I said, "Oh, great. And you with a band? You in a group?" He said, "Yes, I'm with the police." And I said, "You play in a police band?" That's amazing. So there you are. You know, if I had to choose, I would choose solo, piano, vocalist Randy Newman from the 70s and 80s.
I just need to kind of mention, I'm going to geek out a little bit, because the last time I saw you on this screen here in this theater was on a beautiful 35mm film print of Life Force. With that incredible scene, Demise. So, yeah.
The stage direction in the script said, "Dr. Armstrong's bodily fluids emerged from every orifice and spread over the floor of the helicopter." That was the end of my life in Toby Hooper. I worked with Toby Hooper.
Upstage this movie.
All right, another question.
I have a question.
Yes.
This is for Jeremy. I have a question. Do you have your next script? Are you going to go to a big movie or stick with making your own stuff?
I don't know. I'm kind of scared. We've got a lot of things in the works, but I think I'll always have something in my back pocket that I can freely own. But I'm now finally here in Toronto celebrating. This is the world premiere of the new sound mix, which is we transformed the entire movie. So now I'm going to take a little break, high five everybody, and start working on the next one.
And we've got time for one more here. Anything on the balcony? I always can't see the balcony. Anyone on the balcony there? Front of the balcony, yes. Scooby-Doo an influence of this movie? Sharp question, young man.
I mean, it's kind of spooky. There's dogs. I know the man. Yes, huge influence. Scooby-Doo and River's Edge were the two biggest influences.
All right, put your hands together for Green Room!
Thank you.